Yo! Super happy to be here. Thank you all for being here. My name is Phil. I'm from Mints and Drops. And today we have the very first podcast style interview that I've done with no other than HBAR SHADY'z Shady One. I was on the road, so the setup is not the same, so it'll come back next week. But this is jam-packed. It's full of great info, on mints, on dates. I've sat down with him, for a good 12 minutes, 15 minutes. We chatted, we had fun. He's my day zero bro in this space, and I hope you all enjoy. Thank you. All right. Hey, thank you so much for passing by Shady One today. It is you on my very first podcast edition over at Mints and Drop. Thank you so much for passing by, brother. How you doing?
Thanks. Thank you for having me. Good. Thank you very much. And how are you?
I'm doing super well, man. I mean, I'm rocking everything. I got the shirt. I even got the special right here on the wall.
That's a nice touch. I like that.
I got everything. I got the pictures back. I got everything. Thank you so much for taking the time, man. It's the very first time we're speaking to one another. We have multiple discussion through DMs, but that's what I felt was the best way, to propel right information. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. No, thank you. And we were just talking previously. You've been you've been an ambassador in my room in my Discord server for almost since the beginning, really. I even remember the time where you boosted the server right at the beginning. That was like for a whitelist spot. I remember this. Thanks for having me. You are actually probably one of the people in the space I would say that I have interacted with most and for the longest. So yeah, big respect for you. Thanks for having me.
Listen, so it's straightforward questions, just so people get to know, the project, they know what's going on, your thought process on how it works, because this space is so new, right? So we need to unveil it a bit. Sure. I thought, that I forward you a couple of questions, and the main and very first one is what's HBAR SHADY'z? What's this amazing project?
Yeah. So we've been around for a while now, I guess. I guess it's in this space, a day seems like a week. We launched originally end of 2021. So I would say we were around starting to try and make the art around like September. I think we launched the first sort of NFTs, the Gen 1, maybe October, November. So HBAR SHADY'z we're almost like a PFP type project, but with a twist. So we've got the side card. So it's almost like a mix between like a trading card type format with your typical profile picture type format that you would see on a NFT project. Each of the characters has a pair of HBAR shades. Rocking the HBAR shades. As people who are super early in the space will probably remember there was an era on Twitter where everybody was changing their profile pictures to have HBAR shades in like a similar type of fashion that people were changing their profile pictures to have sort of laser eyes. So that's I sort of saw it as a similar kind of concept for that, and that was the main reason where the idea came from. So we've launched Gen 1 a long time ago now. It feels like a lifetime ago now. Gen 2 is coming soon, hopefully. What else do you want to know?
That's cool. That's super cool. I remember the hype behind everything, because of course I'm a holder, and
sure.
Way back then, the hype of it was kind of sort of magical. We didn't know pretty much more to expect. We saw everything. We knew the design was really, really fun, but it was so early, OG, man. So it was really a great moment for me.
Yeah, back then it was like everybody was buying everything because there's such a few amount of projects that everyone was so excited and hyped up with everything. It's a bit harder these days to keep up, isn't it? Because it's grown so much over the last year.
That's crazy. And why did you? How did you embark on this? In all of this, you don't go and say, okay, bam, I'm gonna make NFTs for my life, or I know you still got to hustle on the fiat side, but still, how How did all this came up?
Yeah, so I've been in HBAR for a while before. I'd probably been in HBAR since maybe February of 2021. Before that, I was uh, looking at stocks, like penny stocks and all that sort of stuff, because when the pandemic hit, um, we was kind of thrust into this working from home life, and I sort of made a decision quite quickly that I was like, right, this is the time that if I'm ever going to try and do something that's going to be like a side hustle or a side business or change my career path, this is going to be the time where I'm going to have all this time working from home. Even though I was still working, um, work slowed completely down in my company, and I had a lot of spare time. So I made the decision quite then. I was like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We're probably not going to see this again. I mean, saying that, we did. We saw it a few times after the lockdown. Um, yeah, that was my decision to sort of like, okay, I'm going to get into something. I started off thinking like, okay, let's do some trading on penny stocks. Turns out I'm not very good at it. It's harder than it looks. And yeah, ended up sort of being put onto to cryptocurrency by a guy that I was in like a Discord called Chat for Penny Stocks, and I got close with this guy, and he made the switch into cryptocurrency, and he was like, dude, it's way more volatile. There's so much more opportunity. You have to take a look. So I did. Took a look. Um, Ended up pretty much just going in straight at HBAR because watched he put me onto this program called Hidden Secrets of Money, and the presenter is a guy called Mike Maloney. I would recommend anybody watch it. It's like a 9-part series or something about money and how the Fed creates money and all that type of stuff. But one of the episodes talks about blockchain and brings up HBAR in the episode. And in that episode, they've got like interviews with Jordan Freed. I'm pretty sure they interview Lehman Baird at one point. And then literally, I watched this, did all my, then went away, did some research on it, and yeah, I'm literally mind blown. And I was like, dude, like, if anything is gonna do well, like in the future, it's gonna be this. So yeah, and then that was me. I was a HBAR bearer and was pretty sold. I didn't have any other cryptocurrencies at that point. I mean, in the past, I'd bought like a tiny bit of Bitcoin, like but way back in, I don't know, a long time ago.
Strong on Ripple.
Say that again, sorry.
London is so strong on Ripple.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Usually,
No, it's okay.
usually Ripple is very strong in the UK.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I hear a lot of my friends actually say that they bought some Ripple. Yeah. So yeah. And then I remember I was into it like daily. So I was literally like watching what was happening on Twitter like every day, on YouTube every day, what's happening, researching it. And then I see the NFTs becoming available. I'd heard the name Go Mint flying around a bit, so I was keeping an eye on it. Um, and then it started to become more. And then I think and then is around about the same time that HGraph Punk sort of came out. I'd already decided that I was going to launch a small collection on Go Mint, and I started working on those already. I was going to do like 50. It's going to be a collection of 50, and I was going to put them on Go Mint, and then that was good. I was going to try and sell them and see if anybody gave a crap, basically. um, and then yeah, went from there. Couldn't get into Go Mint because they were so oversubscribed by the time that I'd finished some of the art. I managed to get them minted on testnet for Go Mint. And the way it worked with Go Mint was you'd mint them on testnet, and then you would basically send over your application. Like you had to fill out a form for every single NFT, and then they would get back to you, and they would sort of say, how much do you want to sell it for? How many? What's the supply? Da, 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 and then they would mint it for you, and then it would end up on their site. But because it started to blow up quite quickly, I never got to put them on there. Um, But no disjustice to them. But it's been a bit of a blessing in disguise. Because I just kept making more and more, and then I just decided, I'm just going to keep making these. Um, I saw that there was a couple of, I think it was Exact were working on minting tools or something, and I was like, well, I'm just going to keep making as many of these as I can until there's a minting tool available, and then I can launch. So that's what I did basically, and that's sort of how Gen 1's come about. Um, yeah, maybe a long answer to your question, but yeah, that's the backstory.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Really cool. How do you see everything unfolded? What's the next step? What's the two next steps for you? I know you've launched the amazing website. I'm going to put it in the description for sure.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, yeah. So website's just been overhauled. My thinking behind that is more to do with the fact that the price of HBAR and the whole market really has just gone. We've just started going to a bear market. So um, I would say that this is now the phase that we all need to get. And when I say we all, I mean like the whole space, the creators, the platforms. Everyone now needs to just build all the way through the bear market, and then when the price starts to go up and interest starts to gain a bit more traction, then we're going to have all this stuff ready. That's going to be like, it's all going to look amazing. It's all going to work well, hopefully. And we'll be ready for the mass adoption phase, hopefully. Hopefully, when it comes. I'm going to say when it comes, not if it comes. Yeah, so my other steps at the moment are I've just reminted Gen 1. And for those of you that don't know, originally minting was done on an individual token ID by most of us that were in the space at the time, and that was mainly due to the platforms, and that's what was available to guys like me at the time. So since then, the space has kind of adopted this, and rightly so. It should be on one token ID. You set your max supply for a token, you mint it on one token ID, and you have different serial numbers. And most of the marketplaces are going that way. So to be able to get on the big marketplaces, I've had to remint Gen 1, and we're currently in the process of. Well, I'm pretty sure we found the way we're going to do the swap. We're just waiting for it to be implemented. So a big shout out to HBAR Space. Have just done a really successful token swap because of the same reason with their same founders behind the Fugitives NFT collection.
Yeah.
Just swapped those out, and the platform was really smooth, really cool. So they're going to roll that out to new projects, different projects, other creators. Soon, hopefully as soon as possible, so we can get that swap done. Then we can get HBAR SHADY'z on Zeus. We can get more eyes on the project. Guys can get trading them again without having to message people in Discord, which has always been the way it's been done since the beginning. But yeah, it seems so cumbersome now. Now we have something like Zeus. Yeah, and then after that, I've still got some farmables to finish off and roll those out.
Yeah,
and then
you've been the very first one to farm on Hedera too.
Yes, I didn't even really think of it as I'm going to be the first one to do it. I knew it was happening elsewhere because I know that. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm having a real brain
Moon shells are
fart
doing
moment. Say that again. Sorry.
Yeah, moon shells are doing it right now too.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. So Moonshells doing it. That's it. I bloody hell, I can't believe I didn't even remember the name. Lazy Superheroes was the first sort of project to say we're gonna do farming.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming they're still building their platform, and I'm pretty sure they're helping roll out to a bunch of other projects. So it wasn't really a thing for me that I had to, I got to get through the door, do it quickly. I got to do it now. I just thought, it's a cool idea. If I can do it, let's do it. Why not? It worked pretty well. I think in the future we're probably going to try and get it on a platform that's going to run a bit smoother than the Discord bot that we've got at the moment that basically starts his stopwatch He's had a few issues. And I think unfortunately some people have actually lost out because of those issues, which is a shame. But it's just like everything, you don't know what's going to come up until you do it, and then you just have to take those experiences and learn. Um, so yeah, that's happening, and then obviously the Gen 2,
Yeah.
which is underway. Work for that is underway, and that I haven't got a solid date for anybody on that yet. But like I say, we're trying to concentrate on. I'm trying to concentrate on getting the Gen 1 out, so that the people who are currently holding can do something with with their NFTs, and then I can worry about getting some more NFTs into more hands. Yeah, so that's the near future that we've got at the moment. Anyway, yeah.
Very nice. Well, your plate is full, man. That's truly nice.
It's never been fuller, I tell you.
It's been booming, especially since I'd say a month or so. It's been crazy. I see people down in Discord, especially for cross projects too. That's a border that people really exploded. Like people going on to SHADY'z after other projects, like saying hi and whatnot. People really understood that this is a bear market and we have to maybe dig ourselves out and get the attention of the soul market, of the ETH market, which is it's fun, but HBAR is just playing better.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I've always thought it's kind of got to be the mission of not just the creators. And I mean, I do think that the creators of they've got a big hand to play in that sort of stuff with tagging their projects on other platforms, tag them to like near NFTs, XRPL NFTs, Polygon NFTs, Cardano NFTs. We like it's difficult because Twitter is the biggest sort of tool that we have, other than if you're going to do something cool like patches and you're going to go and meet a bunch of people and show them in person. So yeah, big respect to the people that are doing that. But it's difficult to know what's the best way to do it other than on Twitter, really, because we're all sort of on Twitter. Everybody in the crypto space is kind of on Twitter or Discord. And without completely spamming everyone, how do you it's difficult. We've got to find those mechanisms that work. I mean, hashtagging is good because the people that are searching can it was obviously going to pop up on their feed, but I think it's going to be one of them things where the hardest stage is going to be getting the first couple of thousand people to be interested from other chains, and then hopefully you're going to get bigger names from bigger chains, and they're going to have more followers, and they're going to start retweeting, and I think hopefully it'll be exponential from there. But yeah, it's difficult, but we have to do something.
How do you see it coming? Do you think it's going to be a haymaker? Do you think it's going to be somebody joining, a new member joining the council? Do you think how?
I personally think that the interest is not going to really come until the price starts to resurge. And my general reason for thinking that is because of the way that I see the activity go from when we were up at 40 cents, 30 cents, and then when we come down to the late teens, even you just see all the activity in the space drop off. So to me, that says that the people are obviously interested because they're seeing the price go up. And if they're seeing the price go up, they're thinking, "Oh God, it's FOMO." It's FOMO at the end of the day. Is the way I think it is. And when the price is going down, everybody's crapping their pants and thinking, "Well, I'm going to lose all my money. I'm going to sell all my HBAR. I'm going to sell all my Sol. I'm going to sell all my ETH. I'm going to go home and have a cup of tea." So I personally think that it's gonna be to do with the price. So it's just what makes the price go. But I do also think that NFTs will hopefully have a part to play in it. I think marketplaces are going to be a big thing because it's going to be the experience that people have with the marketplaces. It's going to be things like, can they use their NFT to stake? What can they do with what they get when they stake? If they get SHADY'z token, can I change that on a DEX? Can I get can I get HBAR for it? Can I get USDC for it? Can I actually, is it tangible, or is it going to be a token that sits in my wallet and doesn't do anything, because there's a lot of projects on Sol that, you can stake your NFT, you get a daily reward, you can change that reward instantly. Well, I don't know if it's instantly, but in a couple of occasions I've seen that you can change it for USDC. So then you're talking about passive income, which I don't think is the be all and end all, but I do think it's why a lot of people are here, is to take their money and make it a bigger pot of money than they already had. And yeah, it's just it's the nature of the beast. Is we want more money. Everybody wants more money, and I think that's what attracts people in the first place. So if there's nothing to be made, it's going to be a lot harder to attract the masses. And I'm not saying that everybody is is here just to make cash, but at the end of the day, we're all in crypto because we assume the price is going to go up in the future. It's but the majority and the mass population that I think are into crypto that's why they're here, they want some passive income, they want to do some cool shit with their NFTs. They want the value, whether that value is monetary or access to a game, access to an experience. These are all the things that we need to build. It starts with marketplaces, in my opinion. When you've got some cool marketplaces, you can do some cool stuff. People get to know those focus points on which they can go to. I hope that makes sense. I sort of waffled on for a while there.
But that's my take too. Of course, right now it's time to build, especially since everybody is getting sad, and then rightfully so. I mean, you can be depressed for price point, but at the same time, this gives you a perfect opportunity to make something happen. Because if you know what's up, especially on the network, the possibilities, to build over there, it's crazy. So price point really doesn't really matter at this range, and especially at this such an infantile period of Hedera. So I believe it's going to be the same thing, but we're going to have to wait and out.
It's funny, isn't it? Because it's like human nature. Everybody hopes that the price just goes up and up and up forever. But there's always been that possibility that we're going into a bear market. Was one of the options. It was either super cycle or bear market, and we've got into a bear market. And what happens in a bear market? You retrace 50, 60, 70, 80% sometimes, and it's happened before. And then when it happens, it's like, oh crap, it's going to zero again. Everyone's expecting it, and then when it happens, it's like we weren't expecting it, and everyone's just trying to get out of the space, and there's less people around. Yeah, but yeah, it's just.
Thank you so much for your time, Shady One. I truly appreciate it. It was really nice. Can you just tell us where we can reach you out? Say I want to know much more, about HBAR SHADY'z. Where do I go?
Yeah, so if you want to know more about the project, we've got links to the Discord. I'm pretty sure the website link is on there as well on my Twitter. So if you go to my Twitter page, which is HBAR_SHADY'z, which is HABR_SHADYZ, there's an all my links link in my bio, and it should take you to all the links. So website, Discord, catch me wherever you can, and I'll get back to you. If you can't find me, send me a message on Twitter.
Hey, thank you so much again for taking the time. I truly appreciate, since day zero, you've been a positive force in the space. You've been doing amazing things, in a way that, brings everybody together. And this is what Hedera is all about, in my opinion. Your craft is incredible. You're one of the OGs being doing it for so long. Mad respect, onwards with success, not only for me, but for everybody out there, all the artists, and you first and foremost.
Thank you very much. Got to try and stay positive, haven't we? Everybody's got I don't see the point of being negative. So yeah, I mean, we're just going to keep pushing on, and then one day we're going to look back at this bear market and we're going to laugh and say, why was anybody worried? You know,
I'm sure you're right.
that's the plan.
Thank you for passing by. Take care.
Thank you for having me, Phil. Thank you.
Thank you.